Hello everybody, Glitch Goals here, and today we're going to be looking at some predictions for the player readings for NHL 17. Basically, it's not going to be the best player for every team, but it's basically going to be the person who's going to change the most for each team, whether that's them going up in overall or down in overall. So let's get started here. With Anaheim, the player would be Corey Perry. He was 89 in NHL 16, and now he would be going down to 87 overall. In my opinion, this is because he only got 62 points on the first line. I know he didn't have Getzlab, but still, for a person who's getting paid that much, and also who's a person who is 89 overall, should get more than 62 points, in my opinion. The next would be Arizona. Max Domi would be going up 2 overalls. This is because he had the second most points on the team. Next player would be Brad Marchand on the Boston Bruins. He is going up to 86 overall. I believe that this was his best season. He scored 36 goals and was very up there in points. Next player would be Jack Eichel. He's going from 82 to 85. He was the goal leader for the team in his rookie season, and I felt that he was at a good chance for the Calder Trophy, but he didn't get it. But that's okay. The next team would be Calgary. Johnny Gaudreau, 84 to 87. He had 78 points, which is almost a point per game. I believe he played a full season. So, obviously it wasn't his rookie season, but still, for such a young player, that's amazing that he can get that many points, and I'm hoping that he can do better in the next one. The next team would be Carolina and Justin Faulk. I believe that he would go down 2 overall points in NHL 17. Because he was a minus 22 and he had 12 less points than he did last year. So definitely not as good as the season that he had last year. The player for Chicago would be Patrick Kane. He'd be going up to 93 overall. And I think everyone would agree with me on saying this because he had 106 points and he won the Art Ross Trophy, which, if you guys don't know, is the most points in the regular season for the player. The next team would be Colorado Avalanche. Players would be Semyon Varlamov. He would be going down 4 overall points. That's because he had a goals against average of 2.81. That's probably one of the worst in the league, and in my opinion, for an 88 overall, you would have to be much lower. You'd have to have a much lower goals against average. Columbus is the next team. Cam Atkinson. He'd be going up 3 overall points, in my opinion, because he was the point leader for the team. I felt he had a really good season. For Dallas, it's Jason Spezza. He'd be going up 2 overall points. He had 63 points in 75 games. I felt that ratio is better than 86 overall. Detroit is Henrik Zetterberg. He'd be going down 2 just because he only got 50 points and he was a minus 15. I expect more than that from an 88 overall. For the Oilers, it'd be Benoit Pouliot going up 3 overall points because he had 36 points in 55 games. Jonathan Huberdeau is next for the Florida Panthers. He'd be going up 2 overall points because he got 59 in 76 games, which I feel is better than 84. Drew Doughty's the next player for the Los Angeles Kings. He'd be going up to 92 overall because he won the Norris Trophy and he logged in 28 minutes per game, which is probably one of the most in the league. The next player would be Zach Parise for the Minnesota Wild. He'd be going up to 90 overall because he was the goal leader of the team and also he had 53 points in 70 games. Max Pacioretty for the Montreal Canadiens. He'd be going up to 90 overall because he was the goal leader for the team. And although he did only have 64 points, it's not like there was many other offensive players that are in Montreal. So I felt that by himself, he really does deserve to be 90 overall. Filip Forsberg for the Nashville Predators. He'd be going up to 88 overall because he was the point and goal leader for the team. For the New Jersey Devils, I feel that Kyle Palmieri would be going up to 85 overall because he's the point and goal leader for the team as well. Frans Nielsen for the New York Islanders. He'd be going up to 86 because he had 52 points, which is 3rd most on the team, which I feel that is better than what an 84 overall should be getting. So I think he should be going up to 86. Matt Zuccarello. Going up to 87 for the New York Rangers. He was the point leader on the team. I think a point leader should be more than 85, and I felt he had a good season. Mark Stone for the Ottawa Senators. He'd be going up to 87 overall. He did have the second most points on the team, but that's not the reason why. I feel that his defensive category should be much higher than 83 because he actually had the most takeaways in the entire league. And I know him while I watched the Ottawa Senators hockey, so I feel that he was definitely better than what an 80 overall player could be. Brayden Schenn for the Philadelphia Flyers. He'd be going up 2 overall points because he had the 3rd most points in the team, being 59 points. The player for the Pittsburgh Penguins would be the Chris Letang. He would be going up to 89. He had the 2nd most points on the team, and which is almost point per game, especially as a defenseman. That's amazing. For the San Jose Sharks, Joe Thornton. He'd be going up 2 overall points to 90 overall. He had the most points on the team, which is point per game, exactly 82 points. For the St. Louis Blues, Vladamir Tarasenko, I think he'd be going up to 91 overall, and maybe even higher, just because he was actually on the cover vote, and also he was the most points and goals for his team, it being 40 goals. Nikita Kucherov for the Tampa Bay Lightning, he'd be going up to 88. He had the most points on the team, and I felt that he had a big impact for his team in the playoffs. Austin Matthews for the Toronto Maple Leafs, he didn't have a card in NHL 16, but I feel that he'd be going up to 82 overall. I feel that that's a good base, and I feel that in NHL 18, I feel that it'd be much higher, but for now, I think 82 is a good number. Jannik Hansen for the Vancouver Canucks, he'd be going up to 85. He had the 4th most points on the team. He was the most plus player on the team as well. Evgeny Kuznetsov for the Washington Capitals, he'd be going up to 87 because he actually had the most points on the team, and he also had a plus 17. I feel that stat, the most points on the team, is really, something to brag about because there's Ovechkin and Backstrom on that team. I know he was playing with them, but still, it's amazing that he had the most points on the team. Blake Wheeler for the Winnipeg Jets. He'd be going from 87 to 89 overall because he had the most points in the team, and he was almost a point per game. So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to see some more NHL 17 news and gameplay, then please subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.